What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, where today we are going to be doing one of my favorite things I do, which is, ranking movies from a certain year. I've done it from the year 2000 all the way to now 2015. It's been probably a month since I've done one of these videos. That was obviously 2014 was the last one. I've been watching a lot of movies from the year 2015, and I still haven't watched all of them, but I watched the ones that piqued my interest, or the ones that I was readily available to get. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. As always, we're going from S all the way to F, and there's gonna always be a fat haven't seen section. So as you can see, there's some big things in here that I've just not seen. Dead Rising. I mean, why do I want to watch a Dead Rising movie? Insurgent, Entourage, Joy. These are bigger movies that just I haven't watched. One of the Mission Impossibles. I don't even know what else is big in there. Human Centipede 3, Mockingjay. I mean, there's like stuff I'm just not caring about, you know? Yeah. Bridge of Spies was a big one that year. The Martian. Point Break. I watched this, so let's go ahead and put this down here. We're going to put this in the B's. Come on. Yeah, right there. Okay. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and do this. Starting with our first movie, which is Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, which is, the final one, I think? This is an easy D movie. This is not a good movie. This is just a cash grab. It wasn't really anything crazy. No Chipmunks movie is gonna be as good as the first one. It's just how it is. I mean, they made 4 of them, and I'm shocked they did that. Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man. I think it's a great movie. We're gonna put it in A tier. So yeah, I think it's a great. I don't know. It fit in perfectly in the part of the MCU that it was in. It worked very well. I also loved the scene where the Thomas the Tank Engine got stupid big. That was beautiful. Avengers: Age of Ultron, which actually came out before Ant-Man. I think that this is actually, it's still A, but it's still worse than Ant-Man. This is my least favorite Avengers movie out of the 4 Avengers movies that there are. That's my least favorite one by a mile, but it's still A tier. Brooklyn, I just watched this. This was one of the movies that I had not seen, and so I purposely went out of my way to go and buy the Blu-ray. I got it for like $5 on eBay. I love this movie. I'm not even gonna lie. This is A tier, probably in front of Ant-Man. Which one do I think has more rewatch value? Most definitely Ant-Man, but Brooklyn is a great movie about leaving Ireland, coming to the United States, having to fit in. It was a perfect drama, and I think that it's definitely it needs to be recognized. So Chappie, this is another one that I bought. I think I bought this for $5 on the Target website. This is a movie that I put off for a long time because it just didn't look good. It looked weird. And there's a lot of bad reviews out there. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I'm going to go ahead and put this in B tier. It is a fun movie that I think, obviously if you're going for like a life-altering film, that's not it. But Chappie is a fun time, and it has rewatch value. I think so, at least. Cinderella. A lot of people hate on this movie. I don't find it to be terrible. I'm going to put it in B tier, behind Chappie. Just because I feel like Chappie is more enjoyable personally, because I've seen Cinderella a million times. Animated, not animated, storybook, you know what I mean? But Cinderella, this live-action adaptation is probably one of my favorite new age Disney live-action adaptations. Concussion. This movie blew me away. I'm not a giant Will Smith fan. Never have been. I don't even really enjoy The Fresh Prince all that much, which is crazy because people love it. People will die by that statement too, like that it's one of the best shows. But I don't know. Even Men in Black, I'm more of a fan of Tommy Lee Jones's character. But Concussion blew me out of the water, and it is going in S tier. Concussion is probably one of the best movies from 2015 that I have watched. It is insane. It's all about the doctor who had found out about CTE, which I don't know if you know is one of the biggest issues when it comes to sports. It was massive for the NFL, and it's massive for a lot of sports, even boxing and whatnot. But one in particular, as a child, that always stood out to me was the WWE with Chris Benoit. If you don't know who Chris Benoit is, go ahead and look that up. It's a tragic story. And all of that came from this injury that the companies knew it existed. They knew it existed and did not care. And so these guys were losing their minds, losing themselves, harming others. And this doctor basically figured it out and got blacklisted. I mean, it was horrible. And obviously, it's now a lot better and things have worked out. But Will Smith played the doctor. I can't remember his name. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. But it is an incredible film. And honestly, W. Will Smith. I can't hate him for this movie. Creed. I just watched this today. Just watched it today. I'm not gonna lie. Creed's okay. I'm gonna put it in A tier behind Age of Ultron. I don't have like this infatuation with the Rocky movies that a lot of people do. I don't know. I've never actually seen a full Rocky movie. Now, if I go back and I watch all the Rocky movies, there's 5 of them, and then I watch Creed, I might feel something. You know what I mean? But I feel like this movie was able to stand on its own without the Balboa movies behind it. Like, yeah, Rocky's in it, and yeah, Adonis is Creed's son, but I just don't think you need to watch all 5 of the other ones to get this one. It's still an impactful film. It's just not my favorite. It's not even my favorite boxing movie of 2015. So, yeah. Crimson Peak, I hate this movie. I'm not gonna lie, I hate this movie. We're putting it in D tier behind Alvin and the Chipmunks Road Trip. I don't know what it is. Can't get into it. The movie sucks. It's one of the few movies that I turned off halfway through. Couldn't get through it. Couldn't do it. Daddy's Home. This is like mid-tier. We're going to put it in C tier. First C tier of the video. Dope is pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. We're going to put it in B tier behind Cinderella. It's a good movie, but it's not anything like life-altering. It's enjoyable, though. Everest. This, again, we're going to put it in B tier. Dare I say behind Dope. I mean, it's a good movie. It's just not anything insane. Worth a watch, but it's not anything whoa, you know? The Fantastic Four, F tier. Terrible movie. Really, this movie doesn't need to exist. Let's forget I talked about it. 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, come on. C tier. I don't like this franchise. I've seen all of them. I just don't give a shit about them. I mean, really, you know, like, and this is the best one. That's the sad part. This is the best one. So, 50 Shades of Grey, C tier behind Daddy's Home, which is kind of funny. Furious 7, one of the best in the franchise. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in A tier, in front of Age of Ultron, but behind Ant-Man, just because I really do find Ant-Man super enjoyable. Furious 7, I'm not gonna lie, first time I watched it, made me cry, the ending. This was the final movie before Paul Walker passed away. He actually passed away in the filming of this film. It's sad. It is. So it's one of the best in the franchise, for sure. Up next, we have Get Hard, which is Kevin Hart and Will Smith. This is it's C tier. I'm gonna put it in front of 50 Shades of Grey because I just can't stand that franchise. But it's not an incredible movie. Not really my favorite. Goosebumps. I enjoyed this movie. It's the first of the two live action Goosebump films. I'm actually gonna put this at the top of B tier, just because I feel like it has a ton of rewatch value. It's super enjoyable, and I feel like, I don't know, it was like they were making the movie for teenagers as well as children. Like it fit both categories really well, and I fit that mold when the movie came out, because in 2015 I was, what, 15? 15, 16? Depending on the exact time this movie came out, but I enjoyed the movie, god dang it. Anyways, Hardcore Henry, one of the few movies I turned off, F tier behind Fantastic Four, because I'm just, you know what, Crimson Peak, you can get down here too. You're in front of Hardcore Henry. We're gonna move Crimson Peak just because I turned it off. F tier. If I turn it off, it's F tier automatic. All right. At least I watched Fantastic Four. All right. So anything I haven't watched all the way through, automatic F tier from this tier on. But Crimson Peak was better than Hardcore Henry. I got at least 30 minutes into Crimson Peak. I turned Hardcore Henry off after 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I just couldn't stand it. I mean, it's like a first-person shooter the entire movie. I can't get into it. I don't want to watch that. It's interesting that it's like that, but I can't get into it. Not the whole film. Heist. This is a weird one because it's got a great cast, in my opinion, but it's just not, like, insane. I'm going to put this in C tier in front of Get Hard, but behind Daddy's Home. I'm not big on action, so maybe that's an issue, but I feel like this movie's not anything spectacular. But it's got De Niro, and it's got Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and it's got Dave Bautista, who are all particularly bigger names. And so it's good because they are in it, but the writing is tragic, truthfully. We got, oh god, is this actual Hitman or is this Agent 47 Hitman? I don't know. Either way, they're all bad, so I'm putting this in E tier. The Hitman movies are probably one of my least favorite that exist. Either one, they're both trash. They're both awful. Home. I remember seeing this in movie theaters. Yeah, it's C tier behind Get Hard. I'm not a big fan of it. I remember watching that with my cousin. I mean, it was tragic. Hot Pursuit. This is C tier. I'm going to put it in front of Get Hard because it's not terrible. Like, I don't know. It's definitely in front of Get Hard. Hot Tub Time Machine 2. This was one of the few movies, one of the many movies I watched gearing up for this video. And this is bad. It's a bad movie. C tier in front of 50 Shades. Hotel Transylvania 2 is... Whoa, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? I got Dead Rising somehow. Okay, that was weird. Hotel Transylvania 2, we're going to put it at the bottom of B tier. I don't think I should put it in C tier. I just feel like it's better than that. So yeah, B tier. Inside Out. I'm not particularly the biggest fan of this movie, but I will gladly say it's B tier. I'm going to put it in front of Everest. I would watch it over Everest for sure. Insidious Chapter 3, my least favorite of the Insidious movies. We're going to put this in C tier, in front of Heist, behind Daddy's Home. Into the Forest, this is another one I shut off. I'll put it in front of both other ones, though, because I got probably about the same amount of time as Crimson Peak into it. The movie's just not good. I couldn't care to watch it. I didn't even rank it on Letterboxd. Like, I always try and rate my movies on that app because, I don't know, I want to. I couldn't rate them because I didn't watch the whole thing. And I didn't watch the whole thing because I didn't want to. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Jurassic World, great movie. One of the biggest movies of this year. And thoroughly enjoyable. I mean, I'm putting myself into the perspective of me at 15, 16 years old, watching this for the first time in the theaters. This is definitely S tier and probably one of the most hyped movies of this year for me personally. I'm going to put this in front of Concussion just because I remember being a teenager super hyped for this movie. So yeah. Krampus. This was one I watched gearing up for this video. So watching it for the first time, I was like, what the fuck is this movie? It is terrible. Sitting on it, I realized this movie's not as bad as I thought. And given rewatch value, would I rewatch Krampus? Absolutely I would. It is stupid fun. I would rewatch it, and I would rewatch it over Cinderella. So we're putting this in B tier. I'm so serious. It's stupid, but I love this movie, and I would definitely watch it again. And for some reason, the casting is fun. I love the casting. Mad Max Fury Road. Oh, no. This is going to be the one that people look at me and go, are you crazy, dude? People are going to hate me for my look on this. But Mad Max Fury Road might be the worst movie that I have ever sat there and watched the entire thing for. This is F tier behind Fantastic Four simply because I can't put it behind the movies I didn't finish. Mad Max Fury Road, to put it plain and simple, if you've never seen the movie and you're like, wow, that movie's loved, why are you putting it in F tier? I have no connections to any of the other Mad Max films. Maybe that's why I couldn't get into it, but maybe I'm happy that I didn't watch the other ones because I feel like I'd have wasted my time just like I've wasted my time on this one. This movie is literally 2.5, almost, what is it, 2.5, 3 hours of driving through nothing, fighting random freaky looking fucks, and it's just not worth it. I sat there all that time to feel, quite honestly, zero fucks about any of the characters. If I can't care about anybody in the movie, why am I watching this movie? Why is this movie so highly rated? Why do people love it? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And maybe I'm definitely in the minority here, but I just can't figure out what people find this to be enjoyable for. I don't know. I don't know. Max, this is a movie I watched preparing for this. I enjoyed it. It's nothing incredible, but I would probably watch it over Dope. So we're gonna put it in B tier. Scorch Trials. This movie pissed me off. Maze Runner. If you watched my last video, I loved the first Maze Runner. Scorch Trials, I feel is good, but nowhere near the original movie's stature. With that being said, I would probably watch this over Dope, so we'll put it in B tier. But the first one was so good. It kept me so hooked. The second movie just didn't do that for me. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, this movie broke my heart. This was one of the first movies I watched for 2023. I had ordered it on eBay for like $6 or $7 and got it like the first day of the new year. It broke my soul. This movie is probably, if I had to genuinely rate this one, it's A tier for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and put it behind Fast and Furious 7, just because I definitely cried more watching Furious 7. It pulled my heartstrings over Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, because I just knew Paul Walker really fucking died, and that the other actors and actresses truly were heartbroken. So behind Furious 7, I feel like that was able to pull at my heartstrings more. Mordecai, I watched this one for the video. Good lord, this movie is trash. We're gonna put it in D tier behind Alvin and the Chipmunks Road Chip because I refuse to put it behind this garbage, Hitman. So, Pan. Yikes. Pan is a weird movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I think I liked it more than I liked Mordecai. So D tier in front of Mordecai. For some reason, Pan is just like it's like if I fell asleep and woke up in a dream world where I was Peter Pan, okay? That is probably like it's like if I was Peter Pan in a dream and just random shit just kept changing like midway through the dream. Like one scene they're just in like they're getting taken from their orphanage onto a ship, right? The next scene they're just digging for fucking pixie dust. Like I don't know. Then Blackbeard comes out and is singing music from like the 2000s. Like it's just fucking weird. I don't know. It's mind-boggling. It just threw me through a loop. Paper Towns. I remember watching this for the first time a couple years ago, and back then I probably would have said somewhere in B tier, but having watched so many more movies from the year 2015, I'm probably going to put it in C tier behind Daddy's Home. It's just not anything incredible. Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. I said I believe it was my last video, was Paranormal Activity, The Marked Ones, was one of the best movies that I had watched from the year 2014. It was one of my favorite, and it is my favorite of the Paranormal Activity franchise. And here they come with The Ghost Dimension. I'm thinking, here we go, baby. S tier, baby. Here we go. Oh no, where's it going? Why is it dropping? Why is it dropping? Why is it dropping? Why? Where are you going? D tier, behind the road chip. Because this movie sucked. This movie is trash. Everything good about The Marked Ones doesn't happen in this. I don't know. It's just a bad movie. D tier. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I love the original Mall Cop. Love it. But Mall Cop 2 doesn't have that same energy. I'd probably watch it over Hot Pursuit. So we're going to put it in C tier in front of Hot Pursuit. Pitch Perfect 2. I enjoyed Pitch Perfect 2. I would put it in B tier above Dope. Above Dope. Pixels, it's okay. I would probably put it in C tier behind behind Heist. Yeah. Point Break. I watched this one getting ready for this video, and good lord, this movie stinks. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen the original, so I can't even compare it to the original Point Break. I watched this with my mother, and she told me, she was like, it stinks compared to the original, and that I need to watch the original, and I probably will get around to it, but this movie, I couldn't get into it. I don't like it so much that I would rather watch Mordecai again. I feel like Point Break just is it's bad. I mean, they don't have anyone good acting wise. They don't have a big name to sell this movie. Okay? They don't have a great plot. I feel like they just did the same shit the original did, but worse, and with no big name. I don't know. That's just me. Poltergeist, another remake from this year, and a lot like Point Break. I didn't love it, but it's a lot better than the Point Break remake. I'm going to put the Poltergeist remake in C tier behind... It's so weird. Behind Heist. So many... I feel like Heist is now like that movie that I'm going to subject all these worse movies to. Heist is not a great movie, but I would rather watch Heist again before I'd watch Poltergeist. I don't know. That's weird. Project Almanac, here we go, baby. A movie I can't stand. This is going in D tier behind Point Break, even. Project Almanac, when I bought it, for this video specifically, I purchased it to watch it, stinks. I paid like $6, and I overpaid by about $6. So, it's just not worth watching. It's pretty much a shittier version of the Disney Channel original Minutemen. And if you don't know what Minutemen is, and you've watched Project Almanac, go watch Minutemen, because I'd rather watch Minutemen than Project Almanac. I don't know. I just feel like Minutemen is better. And I've watched Minutemen recently. Like, this isn't just like me from like childhood trying to remember Minutemen. No, this is me watching both of these movies recently, because I watched Project Almanac and was like, that's like a shitty Minutemen. And then I watched Minutemen and I was like, now I feel good. Like, I don't know. It's just, Project Almanac stinks. Room. This movie was insane. I loved this movie. I mean, Brie Larson, how is your acting as Captain Marvel so terrible, but so good in this? I don't get it. This is A tier. You know what? Dare I say S tier? We're going to put it in S tier behind Concussion. Room is insane, and if you've never seen it, go watch it. In the United States, it's on HBO Max, or at least it was a month ago when I watched it. Insane movie. Wonderful movie. San Andreas, I remember watching this on Blu-ray at the Redbox when it first released on Redbox back in the day. This, I feel, is probably B tier behind Goosebumps, because I'd rewatch Goosebumps for sure. It's a fun movie, though. Shaun the Sheep movie. I just watched this. Shaun the Sheep, for me, was always like those like 5 to 10 minute shorts on Disney Channel as a kid, and nobody ever spoke, and I was wondering, well, how the hell are they going to make a full feature-length film based on no speaking? And they did it. And I'm not going to lie, I was about halfway through it, and I was like, God, this is tragic. But then something happened, and I started to enjoy it. And by the end of the movie, I think I liked it. Like, like, it's not an incredible movie, but I'm going to put it in C tier behind Daddy's Home. So it is more enjoyable than a lot of these movies. If you have the opportunity to watch it, do so. I don't know where you could stream it, if you could stream it. I know I bought the Blu-ray, but I bought the Blu-ray for like $6 on eBay, and I bought it on Target for like $6, and yeah, I mean, it's a fun time. Is it like incredible? No, but I enjoyed it. So, Sicario. This is a movie I watched getting ready for this, and I did not expect it to be as good as it is. It is a great action movie. I'm gonna go ahead and put it. Probably. Would I watch it? See, this is where things get interesting for me. Would I watch Sicario again over Goosebumps? And I don't think I would, but overall, I think Sicario is a better film. I just think Goosebumps has more rewatch value. I'm going to put Sicario in A tier, because I do genuinely believe it is an incredible movie. But I feel like I'd rewatch Goosebumps more so than Sicario. Sinister 2, right? Yeah. The second Sinister movie. It's not that great. We're going to put it in C tier, over Poltergeist, behind Heist. And now here we are. Remember earlier in the video I said Creed was not my favorite boxing movie of the year, and that is because Southpaw is S tier, in my opinion. Incredible movie, blew my socks off. Like, we're talking incredible movie. Incredible. So, if you've never seen it, watch it. Spectre, this is my first James Bond movie I've ever seen, and it did not do me any good. Because, guys, I'm going to be completely real with you. I would rather watch Mall Cop 2 than I would watch Spectre. I could not get into it. I did not care for it. I did not want to watch it. I watched the whole thing. I was pissed that I sat there and watched it. Like, I don't know. It's just, it didn't, I don't know. People love James Bond. Maybe I started with the wrong James Bond movie, but Spectre did nothing for me whatsoever. SpongeBob, Sponge Out of the Water. Again, this isn't like an incredible movie. I would probably rather watch, would I want to watch it over Shaun the Sheep and Daddy's Home? I'd watch it over Shaun the Sheep, but not Daddy's Home. So C tier behind Daddy's Home. Spy. This was shockingly not a terrible movie. I'm gonna go ahead and put it. I would watch it over. I would watch it over Krampus. Behind Chappie, over Krampus in B tier. I enjoyed this movie. Star Wars, oh boy. The Force Awakens. Star Wars The Force Awakens. I remember being super hyped for this. One of the most hyped movies of the year. With that being said, ranking these top S tier movies, am I putting The Force Awakens in S tier? Abso-fucking-lutely I am, because of the enjoyment it gave me the year it came out. I'm going to go ahead and put this one probably at the very bottom of S tier. I mean, when it first came out, it was everything. It was all anybody talked about. And so, yeah, it's got to be S tier. Steve Jobs. This was an interesting one. I also watched this getting ready for the video. Like I said, the reason it's been like a month is because I had to watch a lot of movies to get ready for this. Like, I spent a lot of time watching movies for this video. Because there's too many movies in the world. I mean, geez. So, Steve Jobs, this is a good movie. Not a whole lot of rewatch value, but it's still a very good movie. I'm going to go ahead and say B tier in front of Pitch Perfect 2. I just feel like it's just, the rewatch value makes it drop. I don't know. Straight Outta Compton. I just watched this the other night. Incredible movie. I mean, it is probably one of my more favorite of the year. I don't know if it's necessarily S tier though. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in front of Me and Earl and the Dying Girl in A tier, right behind Furious 7. It is a great movie. Ted 2. I mean, I love the first Ted movie. But Ted 2 it just doesn't do everything for me. But that one scene where they're all in the car and Vader is walking by with the what is the word I'm looking for? Oh my god. Why can I not get this word? Stormtroopers, holy shit. They're walking by and I can't remember exactly what happens, but they get into the argument, and the girl in the car, she tells them something about Star Trek, and Wahlberg's character, or Johnny and Ted are just both like, whoa, 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 wrong franchise, what the hell, you know? And then they turn on her, and they're like, we're sorry, guys, like, and the Vader tries to do the Force choke. Beautiful. So for that, that particular scene I will never not remember from this movie. And it's still fairly funny. I enjoy it. I'm going to put it in front of Krampus in B tier. I still thoroughly enjoy Ted 2. Terminator, what is it called? Genesis? I remember watching this when it first came out. I have it on Blu-ray. It's okay. Um, I would probably watch it over a lot of B tier. We're gonna something about Krampus I'm really interested in. I'm gonna put Terminus. Yeah. Sorry, I have Walking Dead on the brain. Terminator Genesis behind Krampus. Just because feel like Krampus, I don't know. Feel like something about Krampus. There's something there. I don't know. The Big Short. This was an interesting one about like the housing market or whatever from 2008 that it collapsed or some shit, or the banks. It was crazy. It was a good watch. Would I rewatch it over a lot of this stuff though? No. So I'm gonna put it in C tier behind Daddy's Home. The Duff. I enjoyed this movie actually. I'm gonna put The Duff in B tier in front of Max, just because I think it's a fun movie. The End of the Tour. This was a shocker, really. I liked this movie a lot. Did not expect to like it. I watched this one for the video specifically. I'm going to put this in B tier in front of Terminator Genesis. It was good. The Gallows. This is a terrible, terrible horror movie. We're going to go ahead and put it in C tier behind Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 in front of Spectre, because I'm just going to shit all over Spectre because it's not that good. It's not. The Gift. This is a weird one. I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I think I'd put it in C tier behind Sinister 2 in front of Poltergeist. The Good Dinosaur was an adorable friggin' movie. I watched this for the video specifically. This, in my opinion, I'm not gonna lie. I loved this movie. This is an A tier behind Straight Outta Compton. It really is. A lot of people hate on this movie. I don't know why. But The Good Dinosaur is good. I liked it. I don't know. People compare it to The Land Before Time, and I've never watched The Land Before Time. So The Good Dinosaur is an original to me. I don't know. The Hateful Eight. This is a movie that people love. And I sit there and say, it's okay. It's not incredible, though. I would rather rewatch Ted 2. So The Hateful Eight can sit behind Ted 2 and in front of Krampus. The Intern. This is probably, I would say C tier behind The Big Short. It's not great. The Night Before, I watched this. I try to watch this every year for Christmas. I kind of interchange certain ones every year. But The Night Before, it's a good Christmas movie. But where does it stand among the other films of that year? I'm going to say in front of Max in B tier, but behind Duff. Yeah, I feel like that's fair. The Peanuts movie. This movie, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the animation style. It just doesn't stick out to me. I feel like it just didn't work well. I'm going to go ahead and put this in between SpongeBob Out of Water and Shaun the Sheep in mid-tier. It's just not great. The Revenant. I've only watched this movie once, and it is good, but overhyped to hell. Therefore, it is not an S tier movie. People act like this movie is S tier incredible. I'm here to say, no, shut your mouth. But it is A tier for sure. And we're going to go ahead and put it right behind The Good Dinosaur. The Ridiculous Six, which is so superior to the very, very, dramatic and real Hateful Eight. Ridiculous Six, B tier. I'm kidding. This movie is horrid. I mean, this movie is something else. I would rather watch 50 Shades of Grey. I would rather watch Road Chip. We're going to put it in D tier behind The Road Chip. The Visit. This movie fucking terrified me as a kid, or as a teenager, just because. I mean, could you imagine being a little kid? Like, put yourself in the mindset of those children. That is terrifying. That is some scary shit to stay with your grandparents and creepy shit happening. I mean, it is wild, wild. I'm gonna put it in front of. I might have to put this in A tier. A tier in the very bottom, behind Sicario. It is genuinely probably one of my favorite horror movies of the year. It really is. Like, this was a bad time for horror. A lot of bad horror movies. But The Wedding Ringer, this was an okay comedy. I'm going to put it down in C tier behind The Intern. I'd rather watch The Intern. The Witch. This movie I just watched. Oh my god. Like, incredible. Incredible movie. The ending terrified me. Just because there was some surprise ASMR at the very end of the movie. If you've ever seen this, you know what I'm talking about. It is definitely a hard watch for people that don't want a slow boiling drama film, but it really genuinely is probably one of the more perfect films of the year. This is going to go in S tier behind The Force Awakens. I truly, really thought it was a great movie. Tomorrowland, this is not a great film. We're going to go ahead and put this. I would watch it over Pixels. So C tier behind Poltergeist. Come on, get Poltergeist in front there. But in front of Pixels. The Trainwreck. Could not watch the whole thing. However, I got further into it than any of the others. Trainwreck makes me want to kill myself. It makes me want to be in a train wreck. So F tier. Unfinished Business. This movie is whack. I would rather watch. I'm gonna put it behind the Ghost Dimension in D tier. Vacation. This movie is bad. I don't like this movie. I only own it so that I can have all of the Vacation movies. What I would rather watch so many of these movies. I'm gonna put it behind. I'm gonna put it behind Gallows, in front of Spectre. And oh boy. Whew. We saved the best for last, and by best, I mean absolute worst for last. I got about 5 minutes into this, realized this movie was dog shit, turned it off. Ladies and gentlemen, Vice is in F tier at the very bottom. So that is 2015 in a nutshell right there. All of 2015, there is a few S tiers, a fair amount of A tiers, a fat amount of B, an even fatter amount of C, a scary amount of D, 1 E, and a ton of Fs. Ton of movies I did not like enough to even watch. That's probably, like, shockingly, that's a lot of movies to turn off. It is. To not watch them, that's a lot. So, and I've watched some stinky stuff. I don't know. That's just me. But thank you for watching the video. Like I said, I'm sorry it's been a month since I released the 2014 one, but there was a lot that I wanted to watch for this video specifically, because really, if I didn't watch those movies, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 S tier movies that I did not watch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A tier movies I didn't watch. Like, that's a lot of movies to not have seen. So I really wanted to get these in there so that I could properly rank stuff. So, yeah. And it's probably going to happen with 2016 and 2017. 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. So it's, I mean, this is kind of the timeline of, like 2015, 2016 was like the year Netflix and Hulu started like smacking out all these originals. And so on top of all of the movie theater stuff and the indie stuff, you got these Netflix and Hulu originals. And as the years go on, even closer, 2020, 2021, you're getting stuff like Disney Plus exclusives and yada yada exclusives, and you know what I mean? So there's a lot more content in these closer years than there were 2014 all the way to 2000. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If there's anything you disagree with, let me know down in the comments. If there's anything you think I'm totally right on. Like, if you hate Mad Max Fury Road, if I'm not the only one, please tell me. Because people tell me I am an idiot for hating that movie, but I just can't get into it. I can't. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more stuff just like this. I've got a decent amount of stuff coming up. I just went out and watched that movie Megan, that new, like, I don't even know, like, thriller? I don't know what you would call it. It was interesting, to say the least. So I'm going to be making a video about that, talking about that film. I just watched all the Harry Potter movies, so I'm trying to figure out if I should do a ranking on those films of some sort. Who the heck knows? So, yeah, we're going to be doing some more gaming stuff. There was like a 2 or 3 week hiatus on this channel, simply because the New Year's, Christmas, and I got sick, and all that stuff added up really was just like a lot. So, yeah, we're back though. We're finally going to be making more content. So, yeah, thank you guys so very much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.